Newcastle United picked up their biggest ever Champions League win, smashing PSG 4-1 at St James's Park. I had a chance actually before the game to speak to former Newcastle United striker Malcolm Macdonald, somebody who has played in the biggest of stages for this football club. Had a chance to speak to him before the match. We talked through the game. Just enjoy it. Get a drink, get some popcorn, get whatever. Sit back, relax, just enjoy the fact that Newcastle now has made a statement to everyone in world football, and it is one of our biggest ever wins, I would honestly say, at least in my lifetime anyway. But first off for me, guys, if you like what you watch, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe. If you are brand new, we are less than 650 subscribers away from 50,000. Once we reach 50,000, I will announce a huge I can't say what just yet, but I have got an announcement plan which is going to be big for everyone towards Christmas time, so definitely keep an eye out. And finally, I am also competing in the Football Content Awards to be the best video creator. If you don't mind going down to the comments section or to my description and voting for me on that link and the best video creator, I mean the absolute world to me. I'll do everything for YouTube, I put so much into it, so if you guys don't mind spending a few seconds to vote, and I massively appreciate that. Without further ado, let me take you back to the game when I spoke to Malcolm Macdonald. Just before we actually get a chance to head out to St James's Park, see all the PSG ultras, before we get a chance to get over there, soak in that pre-match atmosphere. I'm actually here today at the Raval Indians restaurant and bar. Now the reason why I'm here is because it's Curry Week and the restaurant down here is actually donating money to charity when you come in and get some food. So I'm here today to speak to Malcolm Macdonald, Newcastle United legend, to go in there, speak to content creators, to take a good chance just to promote something quite special in this video. I want to kind of mention it now. We're going to head inside, speak to a former Newcastle United player. Make sure if you get a chance to do so, come and check this place out. It's just next to the Tyne Bridge. Make the most out of it. Appreciate the opportunity, and let's get inside there and speak to Malcolm Macdonald. We'll start things off with the obvious part. After waiting about 21 years now, Newcastle United are back into the Champions League tonight, taking on PSG. Are you excited for the game?
I certainly am, very. It's been a long time since we've had football of this kind of standard, and it's going to be an absolute thrilling night, that's for sure.
And I think for yourself as well, I mean for any Newcastle fan, I'm a younger Newcastle fan, never got a chance to experience Newcastle in the Champions League.
No, of course you wouldn't have done.
No, I mean, like, think about it, like 5-6 years ago, would you ever thought again in your lifetime you'd see Newcastle back in the Champions League? I mean, we've had some tough times over the past couple of decades. It's just such a surreal moment to be back here now.
And tough times that were forced upon us. You know, it wasn't as if it was a sort of natural happening. It was the tough times were forced upon us by Ashley, and so we've gone literally from one extreme to the other, and this is just the beginning of some really good, no in fact great times for Newcastle United and all of the supporters.
And going into this game, and I mean, such as a prolific striker as yourself, we're taking on Kylian Mbappe. I mean, one to watch. Do you think Newcastle will be able to hand it down such a top striker like him?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how Newcastle handle him. It really is, because he's strong, he's quick, and he's a great footballer, terrific finisher. It's a new thing for manager Eddie Howe. The Champions League is new to most of the players as well, so it's all a massive, great learning curve. What you find with that when you go into the top level of European football, what works in the Premiership might not work there. So you have to change your game in some way, and it's a question of being able to change and adapt very, very quickly in the game, you know. And you've got 11 individuals out there, you've got a manager and a coach on the sidelines, and between you have to get the thing all organised within seconds, literally. And what works in the Premier League probably might not work in the Champions League. And what doesn't work in the Premier League might work in the Champions League. You know, it's a different kind of football.
And I want to kind of mention as well some of the local lads, you know, for someone such as yourself. I mean, you must, even last week, for example, you see like support him, a guy who hasn't played a full 90-minute game well over a year. Play amazing against Manchester City.
You're right. I thought he was brilliant. Lascelles, who under Steve Bruce, my word, Lascelles, he looked a dreadful footballer, and he's a class apart from what he was now. The change is quite incredible, and what impressed me about the Newcastle side, and when I first saw the team sheet, I just went, oh no, I don't believe that. I was expecting what I would consider a much stronger side. Everybody just adapted to the game, to the way that Manchester City played. Okay, so Manchester City in that first half had a huge amount of possession, but they went nowhere with it. And in the first half, I think there was only one shot which Nick Pope saved with his foot. And that was it. That was the sum total for 45 minutes. And then in the second half, Newcastle really started to take the game over. And again in that half, they only had one shot, and it was almost like a back pass straight into Pope's midriff. And I thought that there were players that stood out. I thought the substitutions were done very appropriately at the right time. That it wasn't quite working on the left-hand side, and so the substitutions made improved it greatly. But at the same time, throughout the match, very quietly, Livramento was having an absolute stormer of a game. He had Grealish to look after, and Grealish was kept so quiet by Livramento for 90 minutes. And I thought the lad was absolutely terrific, and I wouldn't have been surprised if he had remained in the side at right back, and possibly leave Burn out and put Trippier at left back. But he's played for England at left back, so he can cope with that perfectly all right. But that performance of Livramento's was exceptional. It really was.
And I just wanted to say as well, going into the game tonight, have you got any personal message you'd like to say to the players? Is there anything in the back of your mind? I think the matches magnitude, I know you played in cup finals before, you played in the highest stage for Newcastle. There must be so much pressure on these players to actually go to St James's Park with everyone watching.
Sure, but this is the kind of pressure that the club is going to is over the coming years. They're going to face week in, week out, and we finished fourth last season, which was brilliant, and so we're now in the Champions League. What I would say to the side is, you've got to prove that you really are good enough for this. You've got to prove that it wasn't just a one-off finishing fourth. That is the level that we are at now, and therefore you've got to take that level into the Champions League and prove yourselves. And good luck to them. I really mean that, because it's not an easy competition to play in, and it's super entertainment what the draw has provided for Newcastle, but by heavens, it is uphill. It is seriously uphill. These are three exceptional European sides. Tonight we've got Paris Saint-Germain, one of the best sides, perhaps along with Real Madrid, in the world. And so it's going to be interesting for the Newcastle United players to go out there and see how they match at the level that Paris Saint-Germain can play. Albeit that Paris Saint-Germain aren't doing too well in the French league. So, but with a side like that and players that they have in that side, they can suddenly turn it on. Oh, it's Champions League, right? Let's really go for it. And they can turn it on because all of them have got shed loads of ability.
I certainly do. But listen, Malcolm, it's been an absolute pleasure. You enjoy yourself tonight. It's been so long, so make the most out of it. Well, I'm sure you've got plenty of things planned inside the stadium, so I just wanted to say now I wish you all the best for the game. Enjoy it.
Thank you. I certainly will enjoy it. But I think the most important thing is I think we all want them to win.
We are now joined here is Matty from the Magpie channel. We are taking on PSG tonight. After all this time, all of the years of just going through absolute shite, we are in the big time taking on PSG. How are you feeling?
Who would have thought of me, eh? Who would have thought all the time and effort we've put in, travelling to these away days, championship days, and now we're in the Champions League, welcoming Mbappe to St. James. It's just, you gotta laugh. It still doesn't feel real. I don't think it's gonna feel real until we're in here and the Champions anthem's playing and everything, the flag is going. I was so excited, man. I'm absolutely buzzing for this. This is what you want as a fan, and it's something special, like.
No, it is special indeed. Now, as I mentioned in the intro, guys, I'm doing the stuff with Jack and TNT tonight, but Matty here is also, I would say, a bit of a special guest tonight. So you want to tell people what's going on with you?
I just try to break boundaries, you know what I mean? Trying to get in there, trying to keep doing different things, growing, doing stuff with UEFA today. So shout out UEFA, obviously UEFA Champions League. So I'm doing bits with them, just kind of like a match day experience thing. They're following me around town today, so they'll be seeing us in the pubs in town, the build up throughout the day, and then they've sorted me out a nice little ticket. I may be in the same area as you, mate, to be fair, and with the big shots, rubbing shoulders with the big guns. So it's going to be nice to have a nice seat in St. James Park, nice and cosy. Different from the last Champions League game, by the way, when we won the San Siro. Jesus Christ, that seat was horrendous. So I'm glad I'm going to be nice and comfy tonight. I might actually be able to use a toilet and buy a drink, so that's going to be good.
Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching the video. Next video we're going to see on the channel will be the West Ham overnight stay vlog tomorrow against a side that, I mean, fair play, they've been pretty good this season, West Ham. Obviously they won the Conference League last season, now into the Europa League, are doing well there at the minute, and in the Premier League they're standing toe to toe. This will be a hard game, mind, so it's important for Newcastle in our last match before the international break. Let's get down there and get a result. Doesn't have to be a win, as long as we actually get down there, play well. I know with the likes of Gordon suspended, we've got quite a few injuries going in this match. Let's just make sure we don't get players injured. Let's just get in there, get the job done. We'll come back with at least a point, and I think we can probably go fair play. But obviously you want to go for 3 points. But let me know your thoughts down below, guys. I'm Malcolm Macdonald. Appreciate you watching as always. Make sure to check out the Revel restaurant when you get a chance to go on Curry Week. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.